Guys, what is going on? My name is Joe, aka Cap.
It's weird going first. I'm Scott Bash.
And I'm Francis, and apparently that guy is a Super Saiyan.
And this is The Push. Gentlemen,
Captain,
we're back.
we are?
That's right, we're back.
From where?
From not being on Twitch, dude.
We weren't?
Yes, Francis, we did a whole TikTok about this.
We did?
Yeah, remember you got speared to high heaven by Scott. Oh.
I what?
Scott, I think you might have knocked his brain loose finally.
Maybe it did seem like it.
Why does the air taste purple?
Okay.
Because of the flag behind you.
Okay, well, while...
What happened there?
Oh my god, Does he even remember that he's in his own apartment right now?
I have an apartment?
You're sitting in it.
I am?
Okay, so while Francis rediscovers everything, basically...
I am Groot.
Okay, so while Francis rediscovers everything, basically... that's right, folks. We're back. Most of us. Dom is still enjoying this lovely hiatus we've been on from Twitch and from streaming. But we are back. And I feel like it's important, straight off the bat, to talk about where we have been for a while. And... So basically the best way I could explain it is about late last year we kind of got together and we decided we needed to shake things up here. We needed to do a shake up. We needed to sort of regroup and sort of figure things out. And honest to God, I think it's probably the best thing we could have done. So, while you are currently watching The Push, you're not watching The Push Wrestling anymore. You are watching the first installment, the first live stream of The Push Sports. Now, we explained all of this.
TikTok explaining this. Why are you going over ground that we were already familiar with?
I'm explaining it for everybody who only watched the streams or anybody who only watches our YouTube channel at The Push Sports.
Oh,
wow, this is how you know we've been gone long. He forgot to do the thing.
How hard?
I'm sorry, I kind of lost focus for the past 5 seconds. What did you just? What did you say?
I forgot to do nice plug.
He forgot to say nice plug.
Yeah, dude, Scott, how hard did you?
He forgot to say nice plug.
Hit me, man?
Because I was telling people that they should follow us at The Push Sports on all social media now.
Nice plug.
Oh,
there
definitely.
we go.
There we go. We're going to get back into the routine. But yeah, we took a break from streaming on Twitch. We took a break from the YouTube. And we have been doing solely TikToks and Instagram posts for a while. And we've broadened our horizons a bit. And we're talking about way more than just pro wrestling. Now, we are talking about all different types of sports. We are covering all types of sports. And I think I can easily speak for the entire group when I say that it has been a blast. Reaching out and talking about more than just wrestling. So for our first topic, as the Push Sports, branching out of talking about more than just wrestling, we're going to talk about wrestling.
But of course.
Because the Royal Rumble was this past weekend. And I'm gonna explain one thing. Because I think it is important, and I think that my reasoning here perfectly explains why we needed to take sort of this hiatus, especially or sort of branch out from just pro wrestling. And I think the Royal Rumble this past weekend was a perfect encapsulation as to why that needed to happen. I personally, I don't speak for the entire group when I say this. I speak for myself personally here. I had found that pro wrestling has, specifically when it comes to WWE, become very stale. It became very, very stale. It was becoming far too predictable. And they were just making decisions that all I needed to do was like hear about a card and I could probably tell you exactly what was going to happen on the card. And I think personally that's why I didn't want to just do pro wrestling content anymore. And unfortunately, I think watching the Royal Rumble is a perfect example as to why. I think a majority of the show was very safe, very by the numbers, and that's unfortunate in some cases, as we'll get on through the show. But unfortunately, that's also the issue when you have a Saudi Arabian show, because Royal Rumble this year was in Riyadh, and I think that's a big problem with these shows, and that's a big problem when you have one of your big four shows of the year in Riyadh. They're going to play it very safe, to be honest. I don't know. Do either one of you got any thoughts so far?
Go ahead, Scott.
Yeah, no, you can go.
I unfortunately had missed the Rumble this year as having birthday dinner with my folks, but I did catch up on most of it on social media. One specific spot I would like to call out is the return, just in time. This is how much of a pro he is. He lined it up with our return on streaming. The best luchador of our generation. El Grande.
I totally did not know what he was going through with this.
The return of El Grande Americano, Chad Gable's disciple, has returned and graced us by defeating the imposter who has claimed his throne.
You mean the imposter who you were saying that, oh, what are you talking about, Cap? It's the same guy. He just got that leg growing surgery.
Okay, I'll stop you there, Francis, because that wasn't the fucking question. It was not the men's Royal Rumble.
That also wasn't the question at all.
It was.
He asked what my thoughts were. My thoughts are, hell yeah, we have EGA back.
All right.
Okay, Scott.
You know what? Okay. This is one of the four major products, like you said. This is probably their best product that they have. I would say it's better than WrestleMania is the Royal Rumble, simply because of the Royal Rumble. And you have it in Saudi Arabia, where even though WWE is worldwide, majority of your income and your fans are still in the Western Hemisphere of this world. And it probably did poor numbers as well because of that. And
it's not that it did poor numbers.
I don't know why you have to be safe when you're going to another country. They've got into wrestling because of how it was, not because of how it's going to be when it's there.
The best guess I could come up as to why they played it safe is because Saudi shows for the longest time have had a history of an excuse for them to just do the worst booking ever. And because this is a big four show, they were just like, okay, we're going to have to actually try. We're going to have to do 1,000 times better than any other Saudi show we've done before. But 1,000 times 0 is still 0. You get what I'm going at?
Yeah, no, actually, you know what? I would
It
agree with
is
that
the
completely.
best Saudi show by default, but like that's like saying like the 18th time he got kicked in the balls was the best one because at that point you were totally numb from all the other kicks.
Was there ever a Saudi show that had? Was there ever a pay-per-view for a Saudi show that wasn't made for just Saudi Arabia?
They tried the greatest Royal Rumble when they first made the
they
the
did
deal
this
with the Saudis.
gimmick, but to be honest with you,
But
thing
it wasn't
that
like a regular Royal Rumble. It was like
But that was
something
also a very new concept of a.
it was a
of
very
pay-per-view.
new concept. It was only going to happen there, and it had literally 0 repercussions.
Yeah, so it was a
the
pay-per-view
guy who
made-
won it's
yeah,
not even
another-
in the company anymore.
So-
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, if you wanted to test the waters with Saudi Arabia and doing pay-per-views, I don't think going from pay-per-views that are made especially from them to one of the major four that's a kind of too big of a leap. You should have done a regular mini pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
I think that
How many matches did they have?
Warm up to see
4.
how it would do.
they had 4 matches.
Not like the major four.
So yeah, let's get into the matches themselves. The first match on the card was the Women's Royal Rumble. And here are gonna be my takeaways from this. The biggest surprise, I think the thing that everybody looks forward to when it comes to the Royal Rumble is, you know, we're looking for the returns, or we're looking for the surprises. I think that's the reason why we all love the Royal Rumble so much, because of the surprise element of the Royal Rumble match. And I think it's very telling about your Royal Rumble when your biggest spot and the biggest pop that you got in the entire match was Brie Bella at number 28. That was the biggest pop from the crowd during the entire match. And it was Brie freaking Bella coming back.
Mrs. Daniel Bryan Danielson.
And she made sure you remembered it by doing the yes
All
kicks.
of his moves. Yeah.
She made sure you remember it. The rest of the match, honestly, they were quiet. And that's unfortunate because there were some really good I think there were some really good performances on this match. Lash Legend, this girl is gonna go places in this company, I think. She came in, she was a powerhouse. She survived a real long time. She one-handed tossed out Rhea Ripley, for the love of God.
Cool.
And so I'm impressed with her, and I think she's gonna go really far in this company. They brought up Sol Ruka from NXT, another girl that I think stole the night. I'm gonna say it right now. That move, that finisher she does, the Soul Snatcher, that might be one of the sickest wrestling moves I've ever seen in my life. That move is crazy.
I would like it for a feud between her and Rhea at some point in the future.
And then of course I mentioned what the biggest pop was. The second biggest pop came at number 30 when we got the return of Francis's girl, Tiffany Stratton.
One of Francis's girls.
Because you know, God knows he's got like 27 on his gooning list.
It's not a gooning list. I don't want to say that because I don't know if we'll get canceled.
It's Twitch. We're not talking about politics, so we're good.
It's a gooning
Just
list.
say it.
No. I don't
Are you
want
sure?
to know.
'Cause he's
I don't
right.
know. Nope. Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Well, I mean, I mean, now that you said the Women's Royal Rumble had no pop, it makes sense of where they're from. They don't really get that much appreciation still.
And if you
Unfortunately.
and unfortunately, let me tell you something. If you all thought that the Women's Royal Rumble was going to be 30 women dressed like Power Rangers coming out, you were kind of right. Actually, you were 100% right.
I wouldn't be excited either. There's no imagination.
But you know how it is. And we talk about the safeness of the booking. Talk about the predictability of the booking. Nowhere else is that more clear with the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble match, which was Liv Morgan. It's one of those things where, I like Liv. I like her a lot.
Liv is cool.
You'd be hard pressed to find somebody who's not a fan of Liv Morgan. She is a staple at this point of the women's division. And to be honest with you, I don't know what I truly expected out of this show. So it's hard for me to say I'm disappointed, but when you've got, women like, Lash and her performance, when you have Sol Ruka and her performance in the match, when you have other performances like, Charlotte Flair went for like an hour. She came out at number 1. She lasted an hour in this match.
Nice.
When you have moments like Natalia now going as Natty, because she's doing a whole character change right now. Eliminating women like Becky Lynch.
Natty eliminated Becky Lynch. All right.
And that was like early on in the match too. Like they hadn't even reached number 15 yet.
I always liked Natalia, so I was hoping that they did something other than just have her stay the same character. So.
No, they're like actually giving her something to do now. It seems like she's going after the women's IC title right now.
That's the perfect belt for her to go after.
So, and especially when you think about her family and you think about their history with the Intercontinental Championship, yeah, that's perfect right there. So when you have all of these things, and I think that's the thing that bugs me out of all of this, is that there were some good moments in this match, and there were some great performances. So to have such a predictable winner, I would say, it really does the whole match a disjustice to me. Injustice, thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts?
Again, I'm sure, at the basic consensus for this Rumble is that it's just so unabashedly mid. But really, when it comes to shouty shows, unabashedly mid is like the Citizen Kane of wrestling.
Scott?
I mean, I can't hate on the winner. I can't hate on a different winner, but not on this winner. I don't hate it. I like Liv. The only thing I don't like about it is that the fact we're still going to get the Judgment Day. I wanted them to be disbanded. So
she is still in the Judgment Day, and not only that,
there was no fight between them. They're like best friends now.
No, hold on. I haven't explained the best part of all of this. Because I was actually wrong. It was not Lash Legend that eliminated Rhea. It was Raquel. Raquel Rodriguez, man, had a phenomenal performance. Raquel Rodriguez had a phenomenal performance during this match. She was great. I genuinely, for a while, I thought they were actually going to pull the trigger and have her win the Royal Rumble, which I think it would have been smart, to be honest. I think it would have been very smart to have her win the Royal Rumble. And
That
then
would
Liv
be
Morgan
crazy.
eliminated her after she eliminated Rhea.
That's fun.
So once
Sounds
again,
it.
we are at this point where they're saying there's cracks in the Judgment Day, as if there hasn't been cracks in the frickin' Judgment Day since the day the Judgment Day became a thing.
I want to make before we continue on, because there's two, the men's, and there's another match I really want to get into. I want to say something like this. I want to say something probably very controversial, but very, very true. If I closed my eyes and I ignored certain aspects of WWE, I could swear that we were still in 2016 when Vince owned it.
Yeah, I don't
That's
think
why
that's
it's
controversial.
stale. That's why it's stale. Because the difference that we thought we were going to get with Triple H winded up being he's just like Vince McMahon. He's given the oldest people the titles. It's reoccurring winners. We're still not seeing any NXT guys, which I know was big complaints that, oh, why aren't they getting any titles? They're still not getting anything. It's mainly been the originals, the older ones, which I thought was going to be different when he signed up. I thought we were going to get, like, you know.
You could shift the blame on like TKO if you really wanted to.
Well, I actually I don't agree with you, to be honest, because I think if we were I will agree that I will openly admit that making Liv Morgan win is the safe bet, but I don't think we would have gotten nearly as good a performance out of Lash, out of Soul. I don't think out of either one of them we would have nearly gotten as good of a performance under a Vince McMahon WWE.
There are bright spots, but like I can see where Scott's coming
And
from.
I'll bring this point back up when we talk about the men's Royal Rumble. But there's other things we need to talk about. Okay. So yeah, Liv Morgan won. She's going to WrestleMania. And that is that. Anyway, moving on.
I think we can all agree that we're gonna skip Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn because
Yeah,
that was an obvious.
I think we
Yeah.
can skip that one.
Yeah.
No shit.
It was it is what it is. And then we got
Because there's one
this match that we need to talk about next. This one broke my heart, man. This one broke my heart. It made me
I
so
have
mad.
thoughts, and I will wait until it's my turn to talk about them.
So, we need to talk about the match between Gunther and the phenomenal AJ Styles. Now, AJ last year made a point that 2026 was going to be his last year in WWE. He was going to retire in 2026. And I think when we got that in our heads, we were in we were in the middle of the John Cena retirement tour and stuff like that. And we were we were dealing with all that, so we had in our mind that surely a multi-time champion, a man who's been with the company for 10 years, a man who's not just been with the company for 10 years, a man who's been like a staple of the main event slot for many of those 10 years. I think we were expecting a very similar suit. Maybe not at the level of John Cena, of course, but we were expecting something similar, I would say. Him having a match with Shinsuke Nakamura, him having a match with Finn Balor, him maybe having a match with with CM Punk, which we did get. We did get that match, and we did get the Shinsuke match as well at Saturday Night Main Event 2 weeks ago. And we did get those matches, and so I thought we were we were heading towards the storyline between him and Gunther. Maybe he wins this match. Maybe he wins Elimination Chamber. Maybe they put the World Heavyweight title somehow back on Gunther, somehow, some way. And then, we get his final WrestleMania match or something like that of, title versus career or something like that. That would have been really cool. And then I remembered what era of WWE that we are in. I think both of you know at this point that WWE likes to define itself in different eras. There's the Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression, PG. Not too long ago, we were sitting here saying that WWE was almost in like a Renaissance era. Well, it turns out now we are in the screw you era because,
Yeah.
AJ Styles, probably one of the greatest wrestlers of our time, and his final match is at a Saudi show, the second match on the card.
You want to hear me go to Lulu and huffing that copium?
Go ahead, guys. Go ahead.
I think it's a work. There's no way AJ would let them make him go out like that.
It's not whether or not he would or would let. It's not about. Unfortunately, the thing is, it's not about whether he would let them or not. It's does Triple H think that AJ Styles is a big enough star that he deserves, a proper send off? I think he is. Apparently, if you poll Triple H Levesque,
or TKO board of directors,
or one of the TKO board of directors, you don't think one of the greatest professional wrestlers of our time deserves a proper send-off from WWE. You think he deserves the second match of a card on a Royal Rumble that was incredibly mid by all standards. You think that's what he deserves, apparently.
And that's exactly why I think it's a work.
Scott, you're smiling ear to ear, so I know you're about to say something that's going to piss me off. So let's go ahead and hear Scott Bash's take.
Francis, no, it is not a work. He most likely had his calendar up at February or wherever it happened. January.
And the very end of January.
And unfortunately, this is working into something. It's working into probably has the chance to be the greatest heel in the modern era, with the career killer taking out another hardcore legend. First it was Goldberg, then it was John Cena, now it's AJ Styles. That's, ladies and gentlemen, that is, if whoever doesn't know wrestling, that is a pretty impressive list of bodies.
That's a Hall of Fame right there.
With two more people, I think, in his future that he's going to retire in Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns.
Gunther versus Brock sounds crazy. Oh. You think he's going to end Roman?
You think he's going to end Roman?
Yep, I feel like whoever's bound to retire soon, and Roman has a contract that's going to go up soon. I don't know when, but I know he's not signing an extension. He said that before. And who else would they give the opportunity to?
To end him, yeah.
To a guy that's already taken down. I mentioned those three names already. That's wild. And just consider, he also did that to Roman Reigns.
And to Brock Lesnar, potentially.
And Brock Lesnar.
So, I mean, is
one. You are right about that, Scott. That was one hell of a kill streak.
Here is what I will say. It's whatever the plan is with Gunther right now. It is definitely working because Gunther is very quickly becoming the most hated person in professional wrestling.
It's working very good.
I
heard somebody say that this could be like Stone Cold level heat.
I think it could be worse. I think it could be worse because on top of retiring all of these guys, he's being such a freaking snob about it.
Yeah,
That's
he's
the
an
best
elitist.
part. That's the best.
Which is
part
why
of
I think it
all.
might actually
It's
be
a great
worse.
character.
Like,
It's a great villain character.
he is relishing in how much everyone just despises hearing Symphony Number 9 right now. He
I
is
love
relishing
it.
in it. Shit, it's even working on me. I'm getting tired of looking at his stupid face. Like, I think that is the most astounding part of all of this, is the fact that it is working so well. And he is quickly becoming just the most easily hateable person in professional wrestling.
That's good heel work. That's phenomenal heel work.
As far as, so let me ask you this then, Scott. Yes or no? Do you think they did AJ dirty?
It's kind of hard to say. I mean, he wasn't really on the card that much anyway, and he was somewhat doing his own secret. I mean, as of recent, as a whole, he wasn't really on that much. But as of recent, he was, and we got amazing matches with Shinsuke, a tag match with Dragon Lee, and all that stuff. But I don't know, because I kind of liked it the way John Cena got taken out at the end. It's a people might not like it, but it seems like a good farewell story. The guy that never gives up finally gave up. That was it. That's all he had. And at the very end, he's like, "That's it. I was fighting. I can't win. Let me just
a good
tap."
run.
AJ Styles, I don't feel like they did him dirty just because how much more if Gunther doesn't get more out of this and for some reason he dips, then they did AJ dirty. But if Gunther soars even higher in hate and his character gets even better, then they did not did him dirty, because his legacy will live on with Gunther with the heat that he's going to get for all those legends he's taken. Our legends. Randy didn't take our legends away. He took our parents' legends. These are our legends.
I don't mind AJ like jobbing out to Gunther in his final match. That's a great way for AJ to like help build up Gunther's character, like Scott said. Literally, if they just did it at any other if they did it at WrestleMania, I feel like it would be so much better.
I think I agree with Francis here, to be honest with you. I think to do it the way they did, I think there is I can't help but feel like there's a certain level of disrespect to AJ there. To be honest, I can't help but feel that.
Yeah. That's part of the reason why I think like it's a work and they're gonna have a rematch at like Mania or something, because like you're not ending AJ's career at a fucking Saudi show, man.
Here is an interesting note for you guys, because AJ he took off after the match.
No.
AJ took off his gloves and he was about to lay his gloves down on the mat and stuff like that. A key part there was about to, because he did eventually put the gloves back on, and he did his his sign to the crowd and stuff like that. So maybe a lot of people are determining whether or not that means he's done with WWE, but he's not done with professional wrestling. And I think that's an interesting thing to point out, because unlike John Cena, who his entire career was WWE, the only reason anybody cares about the name John Cena is because of WWE. AJ, on the other hand, was popular worldwide. There are multiple promotions that help build the legend of AJ Styles.
Mainly TNA.
Mainly TNA, yes. So it's possible that 2026 is going to be the retirement year of AJ Styles. but I think that this retirement tour may have more than one stop on it. If you guys understand what I mean. Your thoughts on
No, I
that?
see where you're going. He goes like to different promotions. I wouldn't mind that. He showed up on TNA a bunch recently, so I wouldn't mind him like ending it over there.
I think it's very possible that the penultimate stop for AJ Styles, his last match in professional wrestling, I think it is very appropriate that it be in TNA. I think. Scott, any opinion from you on that?
It would be cool if AJ Styles comes in and fucks up Gunther's match,
For
even
revenge.
when he's in TNA, because he can go through to WWE, so he can just like pop up, mess up an important match, and leave, and be like a last, like that can be his last moment with WWE. Was like, yeah, you might have retired me, but I got the last laugh as I screw you over for a title, possibly, or a major match, and I just walk away in retirement and laugh in your face.
That's funny.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's a lot of complex emotions when it comes to this match. I think ultimately all I can say, if this is the last time we see AJ Styles in WWE, your career and especially your time in this company was nothing short of phenomenal.
He said the thing.
Anyway,
He said it.
so anyway, let us talk about. Honestly, I think we can skip over the Sammy and Drew McIntyre match. I don't think anybody and their mother thought Sammy was going to win that match.
No.
And,
Obviously
I
not.
thought overall the match was good. I thought it was fine. But there was no hype for me when it came to this match. And what I didn't realize is apparently after this win, Drew McIntyre career record against Sami Zayn is 12-0.
Huh.
That's funny.
Well, okay then.
I never realized that Sami Zayn has never beaten Drew McIntyre.
Did they use that in the build-up for the match at all?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
And wow.
You ever remember hearing him say, "You've never beaten me, Sami Zayn"?
You're right. I certainly haven't beaten you, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like,
Hey, it's Mel Gibson as William Wallace in Braveheart. Get it right.
are you sure? Because that was way more of an Arnold impression he just did. So,
This is an Arnold impression. What are you doing? Put that cookie down now.
I don't know.
'Cause I tried-
heard more.
I was
Schwarzenegger.
doing a Scottish accent at first, but he puts aggression into it, and I guess I couldn't hold on to the accent while going aggressive, and it went German.
You see
No,
what's
So I guess there's some history then there.
You see what's
Maybe-
crazy is the fact that Scott's Scottish. So like that's even the crazier part here, that he can't hold that accent.
It's not the it's the infinite aggression, because that man Drew McIntyre is just like so angry all the time.
True. However, I will just say this, and Francis, you'll remember this from a long time ago when it was just you and me talking about pro wrestling. Drew McIntyre to this day still has one of the manliest entrances I have ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah, no, I can't wait until he shows up for Highlander.
Like every single time he does that thing on the top rope, he just like roars. It's said that every time he does that, a man
is cured of impotence. You and I have been saying it for years, man. Come on, I can cut
for
you
years
off.
we've been saying that. Oh god, it's funny. It's funny too because I brought that up because me and Kiana were watching, and I brought that joke up, and
She caught on to it too.
her and her dad could not stop laughing at the idea, even though it's 100% true.
Uh, I cannot wait to see him in Highlander.
Oh God. Anyway, let us talk
Men's
about
Royal Rumble.
the main event, and I feel like there's a lot to talk about when it comes to the men's Royal Rumble. Let's start off with literally the very first entrant. This was the main roster debut of the Ruler, the Destroyer, the Bringer of War, the Mountain You Cannot Climb, Oba Femi. And my God, what an impact this man has made. This man has been involved on main roster slots for like 3 weeks overall. And immediately I already think we need to put the world title on this guy because
he definitely needs a title instantly.
This man came in and he has made an immediate impact.
You can say this, Francis. The Obafemi chant never sounded better before the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble was amazing here. That's what the fans did good, was the Oba chant.
When you're an NXT guy and Saudi Arabia is losing their mind for you.
They did good by him. That's good to hear.
They lost their mind for this guy. I've never seen them react to an NXT talent like this before. I was under the impression that it was possible that they wouldn't react that hot for him. It was immediate with him. So and he had a phenomenal performance in the Royal Rumble as well. He got the first 5 eliminations in the match.
I was going to ask, did he make it like an hour like Charlotte did for the women?
I think he made it like half an hour, I think. This Royal, I think the men's Royal Rumble was also a bit shorter as well.
Hold on. I want to ask Francis a pop quiz on wrestling.
Go for it.
You will probably know what person eliminated him just by knowing that this person made a career of ending hot streaks of certain type of wrestlers.
Oh my God.
He done it to multiple people. I'll give you a hint on one of them. Kofi.
Bork Laser?
Yep.
Cowboy Brock Lesnar was, of course, the man that eliminates. And I'm honestly, I joke around about it because I hear people talking about it. I wanted to mention it just to get a laugh out of it. I'm honestly not upset that Brock Lesnar got eliminated because if Obafemi wasn't going to win this, who the hell was going to eliminate him?
That's fair.
Like, this man is massive. I didn't see anybody getting rid of him.
I don't know. I'd have figured potentially it would have to have taken Roman. But, like...
Right?
But,
build up a nice feud between those two.
Oh, my God. And I think it's interesting because people are already, like, trying to imagine different matches for Obafemi. And they're mentioning, Oba versus Brock. Oba versus Gunther. We talk about Gunther being the career killer. That's fine. Let Oba be the killer of the career killer. Like...
Well, is Obafemi a babyface or a heel?
He's Obafemi.
He's a heel. Because Monday Night Raw, he had a random entry. He randomly appeared and took out the War Raiders for no reason other than he can.
Which was awesome. Wanted to beat
I'm not complaining about it, which was awesome.
Oh, it was perfect. It was the perfect follow-up.
Yeah. Just to let people know that he's not fucking around.
I mean, there's not much else to say. Obafemi is everything they wanted Keith Lee to be. Oba is everything that they wanted Omos to be. He is this man. There is not a single thing that does not say superstar about Obafemi. And yeah, I'm sorry to say it, Triple H, you're just racist if you turn this guy into a jobber. Like, you
Oh,
might actually
and
just be racist, dude. Like, I don't know.
what's it called? A new mystery man.
Well, yes, because we've been talking about number one. Let's talk about number two. Number two in the match was Braun Breaker. And I was actually getting excited because I thought we were going to see.
We're not going to go 3, 4, 5.
No, we're not. We're not going to do all of this. We're doing number one and number two
so, yeah.
because number one, it's important to note Oba, and it's important to note Braun Breaker as well here. So, as he's walking down to the ring, I'm getting excited personally over the fact that, oh my God, we're going to see Braun Breaker versus Oba Femi, which potentially you have a WrestleMania main event between those two right there.
Or at the very least, a Haas fight.
Like, you have a potential WrestleMania match right there, a future WrestleMania match. And so I'm getting ready to see these two. And out of nowhere, everyone's favorite mysterious masked man makes his appearance. He beats up Braun Breaker, hits him with a super kick and a stomp.
Ooh, dun dun dun.
Who could it be?
I saw one person mention who it could be, but it's not going to be him because he's still on contract. I would love it if it was Buddy Matthews and Seth Rollins comes back with the mission, whatever thing he was called.
The Monday Night Messiah?
Bring back the Monday Night Messiah, and then you have Braun Breaker, Logan Paul, and Bronson Reed versus Seth Rollins, Austin Theory, and Buddy Matthews, because Austin Theory will turn on them to join, which I think is still going to happen.
I think that's going to happen
Austin Theory
regardless.
is going to betray them.
I think it's
which I'm surprised he didn't get
regardless.
beat up already for doing that to Braun Breaker before.
So, this guy, he comes out, the mysterious masked man, he beats up Braun Breaker, he tosses him in the ring, the bell rings, Oba Femi almost immediately eliminates Braun Breaker. So, this guy...
They're setting something up.
Well, they're setting up Braun Breaker versus Seth Rollins. That's what they're setting
Obviously.
up. I think it is painfully obvious that this is Seth Rollins. I've seen certain theories online that say it was Logan under the mask. Because, I don't know, people were like super examining this incredibly blurry image of the guy's face, and you can kind of see, he's got a bit of a light beard, and they're saying, it was Logan because he has a lighter beard. So I don't.
People said Moxley because of the height.
Some people were saying it was John Moxley.
Which
as
is
well, which
no.
is no, it's not.
No.
Stop thinking
That
that's
was the
going to
first
be a
guess.
thing.
That was the very first guess people thought, and that was just because of a fan.
People,
fans
there were a couple of people that I saw say, "Oh, it's Chris Jericho." It's like,
yeah, I heard Chris Jericho too.
No,
he's coming back, but no, that
no,
was not like that.
It is not Chris Jericho. It was not Chris Jericho. I think actually, you know what? It's not impossible to believe that maybe it was Logan, but only because he's supposed to have been a stand-in for Seth. Because, Seth was back in the States, supposedly. It's possible that Seth couldn't have made the travel, so they just put anybody who could do a half-decent stomp in a mask and told him, okay, you're gonna be the guy. Go, go, go. Like...
We got Powerhouse Hobbs made his appearance at the Rumble.
That's true.
Which I forgot what his name is now.
That's
Royce.
true. His name is now Royce Keys.
Royce Keys.
Which is nowhere near as cool sounding as Powerhouse Hobbs.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because I actually read... watch, I'm about to make him look like a real jerk, Scott. So Royce Keys... he apparently explained where the name came from His first name, Royce, is his youngest son,
Aw.
and his last name, Keys, is the maiden name of his late mother.
Okay, yeah, no, I
Yeah,
apologize.
you piece of shit.
I know, I suck.
Everyone shame this man real quick.
Shame. Shame.
Ring, ring, ring.
Shame.
Yep.
I forgot I had that.
But Francis, I will instantly switch your mood upside down, and I will with you, Cap. Because after the second round, we will skip 10 people to get a back-to-back El Grande Americano with a side appearance of the Americanos in the Royal Rumble, with the original Americano getting the elimination off of the imposter, Francis.
And then
Yeah,
getting
got
immediately,
the greatest
getting
luchador
eliminated
again.
afterwards.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then immediately getting eliminated afterwards.
Doesn't matter. The
Instantly.
thing is,
It doesn't matter. The
reclaimer of
gears
his
have been
name.
set in motion. Yes, we did have El Grande Americano come in at number 13. And then at number 14, El Grande Americano. The original.
That is from the Gulf of America.
the Gulf of America.
So you
put
know,
that
we've
in your-
got that. And then there's a couple of other guys I wanna point out here.
Yes.
I want to bring it back to a conversation we were having in the first one. I'm gonna say something potentially controversial myself. Especially after watching these two Royal Rumbles. As of late, they have brought up several people from NXT. You know, Obafemi, Trick Williams, Javon Evans. I'm pretty sure Sol Ruka herself has like one foot out the door of NXT. Based on their performances in this Royal Rumble and the pop that these people were getting, I think that we are potentially looking at one of the best NXT class call-ups ever. Since not ever.
Kit
Since
Williams.
like, you know, since guys
Kit
like
Williams'
the
theme
Shield
song went
brought
off,
up.
and everybody starts loving him now.
Yeah.
I think we are looking at I think we are looking at probably one of the best classes of NXT call-ups ever before. All four of these people performed incredibly well. You know, you want to talk about the Saudi crowd and their reaction to Obafemi's entrance. Their reaction to Trick Williams' entrance, equally as loud. The entire
Whoop that trick.
Whoop that trick. Javon Evans, man. Javon Evans was in like the final 6 or something like that. He was in there a hot minute, dude.
Yeah, as well as your favorite wrestler, Logan Paul.
And he was like, Javon was absolutely incredible. Like,
He's great. He's going to be a champion too one day.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, all of these people, like, this is a phenomenal class of call-ups right here. So I really quickly wanted to I really
Hopefully they all
quickly
do
wanted
well,
to
you know?
give these people their flowers, because I genuinely believe this is ever since the Shield themselves came on to the main roster, this is the best group of NXT call-ups I've ever seen. So real quickly, I did want to give them their flowers. All right, we have other people to talk about. Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes was in this match.
And then he wasn't.
What's interesting about him being in this match, is the simple fact of how little he actually did accomplish in this match. I don't know if I'm just not remembering it, but I don't have any like eliminations of like mass importance that he did I can think of. You know, he was there, he was in the match. unfortunately can't remember a whole lot of what he did.
He did Cody Rhodes things, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, we had another ruined thing. They ruined Brock Lesnar's elimination.
Yeah, why don't... Yeah. Oh, by the way, we've been talking about it
because
this whole
for
time
some
Brock Lesnar was in the match.
Because for some reason, Jey Uso decided, I'm in at a random number. I need to feel important, so let me use my theme song and come out the crowd and yeet for 30 seconds. And then we just see a 2-second video of a side video of Brock Lesnar getting eliminated, which, to be honest with you, I would like to see Brock Lesnar get eliminated, because that's a major name, and that's something that you need to focus on.
Speaking of major, I'll be right back.
It just goes to show he has nothing. And I know those comments about fans, about people saying he's not main event worthy, and then you're right there. That's another reason. You're selfish. You made this moment about you when you weren't even important in the Rumble. You were a random number. You weren't 1 or 2. If there's 3 numbers, I would have understood if they took a while to get in the ring. 1, 2, or 30. That's it. You weren't any of those numbers, as I know correctly, right?
No, he wasn't.
So there was no reason why you need to be with the fans doing your yeeting chant for a long amount of time. Nobody cares. They want to see the match.
Well,
they don't want to see your entrance. They can see your entrance anytime. You run down the ring. All of them have done it. Just run down the ring. You can do your little thing for 2 seconds, but when you start interrupting the match and we lose a major key in an elimination, it becomes, it's like, come on now, like, really?
So I'm actually going to disagree with you on this one. Look, at this point, we've been doing this character for about 2 years now. At this point, you know what you're getting when when you're dealing with Jey Uso. You're getting about 10 minutes of aura farming, followed by a decent performance in a ring. Not a great performance, depending on the night. Maybe not even a good performance, but a decent performance. You're getting a decent performance. But the big reason why you're going to see Jey Uso is you're going to see him for his entrance and the 10 minutes of aura farming that he has to do.
At best.
As he's, yeeting with the crowd in the stands. As far as Brock Lesnar getting eliminated during his entrance, brother, you could have eliminated Brock Lesnar at any time during the Royal Rumble. I don't know why they, I'm almost not really sure how they plan out when a guy is getting eliminated or when someone's getting eliminated from the Royal Rumble, but I'm almost positive that they could have just waited to eliminate Brock at that point.
It was stupid. It annoyed the shit out of me.
I think
it's like you really made it all about you when we are in the middle of a Rumble.
Right, he was doing the thing that he constantly does. Like, I don't know why we're gonna pretend like this is a new thing. Like,
but there's like one match that you just don't do it because you have to get this thing going. You don't stop the motion of the Royal Rumble just because you want to have your own personal time.
Okay, so then
you don't get your own personal time. If you wanted your own personal time, you should have argued, let me go in with Obafemi at number 2.
Can I ask you this question then?
Yes.
How did you feel about, like, right after when Roman was coming out and he got, his 10 minutes of aura farming walking down the ring?
Oh, well,
same thing. Just go. I mean, same thing. Just go down the ring. You it's like, yeah, you're here. Congratulations. Now we're not gonna see you. I mean, you showed up on Raw, I think, to feud with Punk, but now we're not gonna see you for a month. Now we're not gonna see you for a while. It's the same thing with Roman Reigns. We barely see him, and now, oh god, and now we gotta have to mention Roman Reigns now because I'm already pissed that he won the fucking
Yeah, I was about to say, like, when I saw what Roman's entrance looked like, I'm like, oh, so he won the Rumble, didn't he? And then sure enough, I thought, yep, he won the Rumble. Okay. Yeah, that wasn't
Was that his
telegraphed
third
already.
win?
Second.
His second win.
I was wondering. I don't think they're ever going to go past that Stone Cold record. I think everybody's just going to win 2.
It's
I'm not fine with I'm fine with that.
I don't agree with that. I think eventually somebody is going to have to win this thing 3 times. That's just like the natural
Maybe
progression
Cody.
of time. It's probably Cody, I would say.
But again, that's a hard maybe.
Why Roman? Why?
So I'm going to be very...
I don't know.
Okay, can I be very honest with you about something? It is a predictable pick, yes, to have Roman win the Royal Rumble match. However, in my personal opinion, if it was not going to be Braun Breaker, if it was not going to be Obafemi, if it was not going to be, Jacob or Cody, yeah, it should have been Roman Reigns. Looking at those 4 guys that were in the Final Four, the Final Four was Logan Paul. No, absolutely not.
Yes.
1,000,000 times no.
100% yes.
1,000,000 times no.
He has everything.
1,000,000 times no. I will.
Yes.
The day.
You're just saying that because you don't like the guy.
The day.
I'm saying
Logan
this as a fan
Paul,
of his wrestling work.
The day that Logan Paul wins the Royal Rumble and goes to main event WrestleMania is the day I just give the fucking show to Scott.
Logan Paul, Gunther would have been a hell of a lot better of an answer to win the Royal Rumble since he hasn't won one. And he's the ring general. I think a Rumble win should be in his belt already.
Okay, so hold on. You think we should
any
have
of the
had...
3, I would have rathered any of the other 3.
You think that the same night he retires AJ Styles is the day he should also be winning the Royal Rumble that day?
Yes! What a bigger FU. I just retired AJ Styles, and now I'm going to win a title in front of your faces. Now I'm going to win the Rumble after I just did a big FU to everybody. I think it was Bubba. It was either Bubba or Tommy Dreamer said this. He's like, if you're going to put Gunther at the ending of 30, because Gunther, I think, was number 30, and it's like shocking people. He was already in a match.
He was, and to be honest with you,
it's like... shock people, go with it all.
It's about...
Go with it all. You bring up the heat even more by making him win the Rumble after I just retire. I made AJ Styles go to sleep in front of your face.
At some point we need to ask the question, how much heat is Gunther going to be able to withstand? Because we already have people following back to his hotel. Like...
There's never
enough Dom heat?
Never enough heat.
Like... We don't have like, we don't have like, go away heat on Gunther. We don't even have like natural heel heat on Gunther. We have I want to beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, but like Gunther can actually fight back.
He will always be the number 2 hated because there's always one wrestler that will always hate him. That the fans will always hate more if they were in the ring together by themselves, and that's Logan Paul, which I should have thought could have been a good pick. He didn't even have to. Logan, listen, he doesn't even have. Logan doesn't even have to win. Just make him that big moment. Like he can do it. I don't know why they're citing him like this. They could be doing more with him.
You want to know why they'll never let Logan win the Royal Rumble? Because of fans like me, frankly. That's why. Fans who, if they actually if they ever give this guy a world title, I might just straight up stop watching. Absolutely not.
Title. That'd be great.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I will not watch that shit. And I am not the only person. I am not the only person. And then the other guy was Randy Orton, who, it's nice of him to be there, but like, I don't know. Are you going to give the Royal Rumble to Randy Orton just because Randy Orton? Like...
Yeah.
And I'm somebody who loves Randy Orton, and I'm saying that. I think if it wasn't going to be one of those guys, if it wasn't going to be Jacob, if it wasn't going to be Braun, if it wasn't going to be Cody, if it wasn't going to be... There was a moment I thought it was going to be Finn Balor before they just straight up told him, no, it's full. So we don't have room for Finn Balor, but we got room for 2 different El Grande Americanos. Like,
Well, there's a storyline being built there.
or we have room for Mr. Iguana. Like,
He was fun. He was fun.
and we have room for La Parca, who
I
nobody
have
even
no
knew
defense
who he
for him.
was.
Super Bowl. Oh God.
I think the answer should have been. I think that out of those 4, the answer had to be Roman. I genuinely believe that.
Like we said before, it was the safest pick. It could not have been any safer.
Yeah, it could not have been any safer. And based on his Monday Night Raw promo with CM Punk, this is going to be the main event of WrestleMania.
Which is
CM Punk
fine.
versus
It's not a
Roman
bad main
Reigns.
event.
That is it. That's going to be the main event of WrestleMania right there. So anyway, like I said, people, we have branched out from just talking about professional wrestling, and we are now going to talk about the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl. Rewind to fucking 2015, was it?
I think it
The
was.
last time that
I think it was
Well, it is?
2015.
when the Pats and the Hawks faced off against each other.
You know what's funny? I
Wild.
actually saw an Instagram post here that the last time Roman Reigns won a Royal Rumble was the year it was the Patriots versus the Seahawks at the Super Bowl.
And the seasons keep going round and round.
Time is a linear
my-
circle, people.
I
Space.
simply loved these playoffs. I loved them because we had 2 teams out of 14 that we were like, okay, these are the powerhouse teams. Not even in their, they weren't even 1 and 2. They weren't even ranked 1 in their respective branches. Rams and Bills. Those were the 2 that were like, okay, if there's going to be any outcome that it's going to be, okay, obviously it's going to be this finals. It was going to be Bills and the Rams. But I loved it. It was such a random grouping of teams because we've had multiple teams that randomly did good. We've had a lot of good teams that had a lot of injuries that didn't make it, which kind of also helped. And
Yeah.
to be honest, a lot of us didn't know who was going to win. I mean, yeah, we got the rank 1v1, but in the beginning of the season, if you told me the Patriots and the Seahawks were going to be the first seeds and both make it into the Super Bowl, I would have told you you're an idiot. That's not going to happen.
And yet
And
here,
then
we,
here
are.
we are.
So overall, I think this playoff was actually incredibly. I think it was incredibly enjoyable to watch. To be honest with you, you know,
Except for the AFC.
Yeah, the AFC games didn't hit as hard.
no,
I didn't get to watch all of
No,
them, but like
you really
those are the
did
games
not.
I tuned out of the most.
Bills Broncos was good.
Bills Broncos was
The
good.
Re-
all right.
I feel like the Bills ones were
I'm
good,
gonna
and
say
then
it
there
right
was just all
now.
low scoring.
I'm gonna say something right now, man. I don't know what the hell it's gonna take for the Buffalo Bills to ever get anywhere, man.
Actual receiver.
The Chiefs were nowhere to be seen in this playoffs, man. And
Thank the Lord.
thank the Lord indeed, Francis. Thank the Lord indeed.
Which tampers the GOAT debate because Brady never missed. Oh, he did miss a playoff, but he never had a losing season, I think.
I don't believe he did. I don't believe he did.
And even on the rare occasions when the Patriots did lose a Super Bowl, it wasn't as humiliating as it was what the Chiefs did last year.
Yeah, no, that was
And against
woof.
the Bucks.
And against the Bucks.
Their two losses are probably in the top 5 for worst losses in Super Bowl history.
And the problem is, like, it was to a team that was equally as hateable.
Arguably more
Eagles,
so.
yeah.
Arguably more hateable than the Kansas City Chiefs.
The Eagles, yeah, definitely.
Well,
The Bucks
those
are just there.
yeah.
They're just there. Oh my god.
So, as far as the Buffalo Bills,
like
man,
what
I don't
you
know what
can
it's going to take for this team, man. At least you could say in years before that, oh, well, you know, they have the impossible task of, being the Buffalo Bills during the dynasty that is the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs were nowhere to be found this year. This was your playoffs to lose.
They have no one to blame. They had a handicap, and they still lost.
Like, you were going up against guys like... Are you serious? The Denver Broncos? Really? Against Bo Nix, who got injured during that game? And you still couldn't beat them?
He got injured the second to last play.
Like... And I'm going to be honest with you.
Some people are saying he didn't even get injured. Some people are saying that was BS.
Yeah, I don't
like he was
that.
faking or something?
That's one of those the NFL is scripted conspiracy theories, and
Yeah.
I just don't buy into that crap.
Yeah, no, that's not okay.
Guys, no, it's not. It's not scripted. It isn't. But yeah, Chiefs and the Hawks, not Chiefs and the Hawks, Seahawks and the Patriots. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of people are really pissed off to see that the New England Patriots are back in the Super Bowl. I think a lot of fans were hoping for a different team coming out of the AFC. And so a lot of people were very upset to see that it was the New England Patriots.
And Steelers fans all
honest.
over the world are all upset that the Patriots are in the Super Bowl.
I'm going to be very honest with you.
I'm not upset.
You're about to lose your title for the most Super Bowls.
I didn't want it
we were going to lose that title. I didn't know to who, but I felt like that was numbered.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I do not want the New England Patriots to win. I don't.
Really?
I'm a New York Giants fan.
There you go.
And on top of that, I'm only 28 years old, so I was alive and
Never
I was
forgive?
very much kicking during the the Belichick and Tom Brady empire.
Well, back then everyone hated them. I don't think it was just limited to Giants fans.
No, it was everybody,
Yeah.
except Scott. But
Well, he wasn't with Tampa. Scott, did you hate Brady before he went to Tampa Bay?
I always liked Brady.
Oh, okay.
There you go. See, there it is. But yeah, that's where we stand. As much as I don't want them to win, as much as I am going for the Seahawks in this Super Bowl.
I think we're all going for the Seahawks.
But because of my point, we all have still that PTSD from the Brady and Belichick era.
Oh,
Well,
mine's not
me and
PTSD.
Francis do at least. You, I don't
mine's
know.
mine's kind of like a big FU to Vikings and Jets fans. That's why I want the Seahawks to win. Because if the Seahawks win, Sam Darnold wins the Super Bowl, which gives the Jets another smack in the face knowing that they had a Super Bowl caliber quarterback. And it also smacks the Vikings in the face, the fact that the owner, the GM, decided to stay with J.J. McCarthy as a future instead of Sam Darnold, who isn't that much older.
My response to that would be, come on, man, haven't the Jets suffered enough?
Never.
Also, I think the
what's
Sam
your
Darnold
hold on a
made
minute.
history.
Hold on a minute. Francis, what's your beef with them?
That's a lore dump for another day.
So Sam Darnold actually I think has a record, and I know he has a record set. I think this is it. He is the first quarterback to have two teams with 14 wins back to back.
I think that's
in the first
incredibly
seed.
impressive.
I think the first seed's in it, maybe not, but he is the first one to have two teams with 14 wins back to back.
I think it's also incredibly telling of the fact that, Sam Darnold is a good quarterback. He is a good quarterback when you actually have a team around him.
It's like I said.
In my mind, he even proved that during Minnesota, to be honest with you.
It's like I always say, there's certain franchises you just can't judge the quarterback on. It's the Lions, the Jets, the Browns, I know there's like a few more. I just can't think of them, but those are the three that come
It's
to
a
mind.
long list, but yeah.
So yeah, there's
The
that.
Raiders, the Bucks.
Raiders
We
and
can
Bucks.
never develop a quarterback. Never.
Well, they might have to because they got that kid coming in from Indiana, the Raiders. They've got
Mendoza,
that
yeah.
kid coming in from Indiana, Mendoza, who
Mendoza.
I mean, let's be honest. You now have Tom Brady as one of your you have Tom Brady invested into your organization. If Tom Brady can't help you bring in a quarterback, it might actually just be the team. The team being
Isn't he
cursed
also
at this
getting
point.
more authority over the team?
I'm
I'm
not
not sure,
entirely
actually.
sure. However, I do know that like Mendoza, they've done several interviews with Mendoza, and he is absolutely ecstatic at the idea of going to the Raiders. Because how are you going to call yourself a quarterback and not be ecstatic at the idea of working with Tom Brady? Like,
You also get to work in a guy with Ashton Genty, who's probably one of the greatest running backs in history.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Top 10
And
easily.
top 10.
In
Maybe even
college,
top 5.
and could possibly. I mean, he did okay, but again, he was on the Raiders. So now the Raiders have a running back that could possibly be a top 10. They have a top 5 tight end, and now they have a quarterback. So as long as you build up that defense, give yourself, he can pretty much work with the receivers he has for now.
I would say
Buff up
after
the
getting
line, get a little bit of a
Mendoza,
defense. The Raiders could be good in like 3 years.
I would say when it comes to the draft this year, you draft Mendoza, and then you just draft about like 7 or 8 defensive players. Like,
And the Jets with the first round picks.
And they'll still find a way to fuck it up.
and they will absolutely find a way to screw it up. I'm excited for. I'll tell you one thing. I'm excited for the Giants next year, man. I'm excited
How
for
long
the
has
New
it
York
been
Giants.
since Brian Dabble wasn't the head coach anymore?
It happened this past year, dude. This
Okay,
season.
good, because I felt like it was later.
No, it happened like 2 months ago. Like,
Okay, I felt like he left like he's been gone longer than that. I don't know how to explain it.
No.
but you got John Harbaugh coming in. You got a second-year quarterback, a second-year wide receiver, not a second-year wide receiver, a second-year running back, a third-year wide receiver in Malik Neighbors. You got guys like Abdul Carter. You have all of this like raw, untapped potential in these guys, and now they are coming in and they are going to be molded by one of the greatest minds in football. Like, I this is the first time I'm actually genuinely excited to see the potential of the New York Giants next year. I think that we have all of the pieces together, and I think that we just needed somebody
Maybe
who could
buff up the
correctly.
defense.
Definitely.
Oh, absolutely. No. We need to buff up that defense, and we're gonna get the opportunity to do that during the draft. I think that's got to be a number one priority for us. I think offensive, we are completely set up with the tools that we have. To be honest with you, even if it's even if you still want to give Cam Scadaboo a break just because of how violent he is on the field, I don't think Tyrone Tracy is a bad substitute at all. If you want to give him
He
some
absolutely
runs.
isn't, is the thing.
I don't think there's anything wrong with giving Tyrone Tracy the ball every now and then either.
I wouldn't exactly call him a starter, though.
No, he's not. He's not a starter. No, the starter next year is Cam Scadaboo. Like,
Yeah.
but I don't think. I think if you want to rest him and let Tyrone take a couple of runs as well, I don't see any problem with that whatsoever. I
He
think
has
we need to
opportunity.
buff
The
up.
Giants' all line just terrible.
I
That's
think
it.
I think that the offensive line's getting better, to be honest. I think that it's missing. I think that a big thing for us was that we were missing somebody who could correctly steer the ship. For a hot minute, I did think it was Dable, and then he just proved over the past 2 years that no, it is absolutely not Dable.
What was that
Oh,
thing I
also-
always used to tell you about Dable that used to piss you off, Cat?
I don't know. What was that thing?
He looks like a divorce attorney who loses every case he's fucking working on.
And I would like to please, Mike Evans, please sign with the Bucks, please. Please. I don't care. I only care about two people signing. Levante David and Mike Evans. Everybody else can screw off. I want them
I
to
heard
only.
Levante Davis was set to go somewhere else.
Yeah, I hear that Levante's got like one foot out the door, man. Like,
I haven't heard anything.
I haven't heard anything concrete, but like I heard he's getting offers from a bunch of other teams, including the Raiders.
yeah, no.
Well, no, he's definitely going to get calls. I'm just hoping he stays.
We'll have to wait and see.
There's one other team I feel it appropriate to talk about, and while Dom is not here, Francis, have you finished going through the 5 stages of grieving yet in regards to the Pittsburgh Steelers this year?
Oh, I think I'm still caught somewhere between denial and depression. Like I want to say I've accepted.
So we only really got to make a TikTok out of it, and it was me that did the TikTok. Francis, you have any thoughts about the Steelers? Any thoughts whatsoever? Keep in mind that you speak for you and Dom right now.
So
And you're
you
probably
guys
more
remember?
mellow.
You guys remember that scene in the first Spider-Man movie where Willem Dafoe gets fucking fucked over by the company he helped create and
Yes.
has been a part of for like years?
Yeah.
And he just snaps, goes insane, hypes himself up on Goblin formula, and blows the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine that, but like at Heinz Stadium, and it's me and Dom on Goblin gliders. That's the road Dom and I are headed on right now. Out, are we?
Your thoughts on Mike Tomlin leaving?
Okay, that one actually. That to me is the tried and true example of what are you gonna do. And while I am pissed about it because like it's taken us so long to find like a quarterback that can help us get back to where our glory days are since Roethlisberger left, because I feel like we haven't found that guy yet. We thought we had it with Kenny Pickett a couple of years ago. We were wrong.
I don't know if. Sorry, continue. I was looking at info on my team.
That's fine.
Do you think that
continue,
perhaps they kind of set themselves up for shit like this when they got rid of their number one option on the wide receiver line this last offseason with George?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. George Pickens, right?
Yeah, George Pickens.
George Pickens was a fucking amazing wide receiver. The chemistry he had with Kenny Pickett was beautiful. Pickett to Pickens was really good, and then we couldn't have that either.
Or the fact that they...
No, Pickett to Pickens wasn't good. The name was just good.
Or the
They
fact
had
that...
their moments,
Or the
man.
fact that they
had
kind
their
of
moments.
like...
No.
Were having this weird love-hate situationship with Aaron Rodgers during the offseason.
Aaron Rodgers. See, I don't
Aaron
understand
Rodgers
it.
is just a problem. Period.
I want to give him props, but like at the same time, I don't feel like puking on stream.
I feel like here's my thing, and I said this at the beginning of the season to you guys on Discord. I feel like, Aaron Rodgers to the Pittsburgh Steelers would have been a big deal if this were
In
2016.
2000, yeah.
If this were like 10 to 12 years ago, I would have said that this is the biggest pickup in football right now.
If this was 2013, forget it.
Like, this would have been one of the greatest pickups in football, but it's 2025, 2026 when this pick happened. And it's just like it's one of the most whatever things, and it was so weird, the entire thing too. Like, he was doing this thing with y'all when he had like 1 foot in and 1 foot out. And like just nobody really knew where his head was or something like that. I feel like when it comes to the Pittsburgh
Cap.
Steelers, they could not focus.
Hey, Cap,
What?
did he shake it all about?
Boo.
Sorry, that hit my mind kind of late, and I just like
Scott, if you didn't do it, I would have.
No, you wouldn't. Would have flown right over your bald head.
Fuck you.
So I think the big problem with Tomlin was that he was never able to develop a quarterback. He was able to make everybody else good, but he was never ever to make a quarterback good. Never. He had a couple of times to pick in the draft. He never picked.
The whole Steelers offensive line could have used more.
Forgive my memory for a question. Did they already name a new head coach, Pittsburgh?
Not that I've heard.
Yeah, the white Mike Tomlin.
White Tomlin?
Who was
McCarthy.
That? Oh,
McCarthy.
It is Mike McCarthy. All right.
They call him the White Tomlin because he's the same thing like Tomlin. He'll get you enough games to win and not be bad, but he won't ever change anything.
So let's ask the Steelers fan, do you have any hope for the Mike McCarthy era?
McCarthy Rogers.
We're just going to have to wait and see, man.
The return of McCarthy and Rogers, Francis.
Yeah, again, if it was 2013, I would be more hyped.
I was gonna say, Scott, yes or no? Was that like the least hopeful copium you've ever heard in your life?
They're gonna suck. They're finally gonna lose a game. They're gonna have a losing season, Francis. How about that?
No,
Because
hold
you guys
on.
have no
I
receiver.
don't think
You
that they're
guys'
gonna have a
defense is
losing
falling
season.
apart, and you have either O.J. Howard or a 42-year-old quarterback who should have retired 5 years ago.
Yep, that's my team.
Listen, man. They could potentially pull it around. They might. They might do something crazy in the off season.
They're not gonna, man.
Also, I don't have any fear of Levante David going somewhere else. I have a fear of him retiring.
Yeah, I was about to say as much as
he's kind of up there. He's kind of up there in age.
As much as we're crapping on, the Pittsburgh Steelers relying on old men, brother Levante, I don't know, man.
He's like the only older person. Well, I think he tied Derek Brooks for the most tackles in franchise history, which it's not saying much because of Tampa's not really good history, but Derek Brooks was probably one of the best linebackers.
He got the job done, from what I remember.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think out of all of our favorite teams, like the Bucks are, frankly, they're the only ones that are kind of just like
we don't know what's going to happen.
holding
We're in the
steady
middle
right now. There's no real clear direction for them to go in or anything like that. There's a lot of
the draft. Yeah,
I think it heavily depends on what what they do in the draft. But yeah, it's the NFL's exciting right now, man. The NFL's very exciting. It's been a good year.
This is why we do other sports aside from wrestling.
Yeah, no, it's been an exciting year. Speaking of excitement, there's a lot of excitement happening in the NBA right now. We are reaching the point of the All-Star break. And we are reaching the point of the All-Star game where it's going to be U.S. versus the world. And the world is absolutely going to curb stomp the U.S. in the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Because,
I mean, for the love of God. Scott, you're more of the basketball guy. Have you seen the starting lineup for the NBA All-Star game? You don't even have to look it up. I'll just tell it to you. I believe the backcourt, the 1 and 2, are SGA, and Luka Doncic. And
Luka's playing for America?
No, he's playing for the world team.
Oh, the world. All right.
He's playing the world
yeah.
team. That's the 1 and 2. The 3, 4, and 5 originally were going to be Giannis, Joker, and Wemby.
My God.
Now,
crazy.
here's the thing. Giannis is out right now. He has a knee injury. So obviously he's not going to be in the All-Star game. So they just might go and replace him with somebody like Sengun or something like that. And the psychotic thing about that statement is I'm talking about Sengun as if he is the weak link of that team, of that starting 5.
You have you have Luka Doncic. You have just these 3 names: Luka Doncic. What's his name from the Nuggets?
Joker. Nikola
Djokovic,
Jokic.
who's probably the greatest, who's probably number 1 right now. And then you have a 7'4",
7'6" actually. He had a growth spurt.
probably 7'6", future number 1, probably going to be the next in the LeBron. I'm not saying he is LeBron, but the next category of greats like LeBron, if his trajectory keeps going the way it's supposed to go. And I can't even think who would be in it for America. I'm thinking of Brunson as like a 1 or 2, and I think that sucks compared to SGA and Luka Doncic.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm not entirely sure that the starting 5 for U.S. has been established yet. I know that Jalen Brunson is supposed to be a starter. I believe Steph Curry as well. LeBron is always a given. I think Joel Embiid is the 5, and I'm gonna say this right now. I hate Joel Embiid, and I'm not even sure who the 5th member of that starting 5 is. And to be honest with you, I'm not even sure it entirely matters because, oh my God, that world team.
Okay, I have it.
Shoot.
There's 2 USA teams. There's USA Stars and USA Stripes. On the USA Stars, it's Scotty Barnes, Devin Booker, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duren, Anthony Edwards, Chet Holmgren, Jalen Johnson, Tyrese Maxey. And the Stripes is Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, Donovan Mitchell, Norman Powell. And I'm not going to say who the world is because that's just crazy.
Well, we already went through the starting 5. Who else is on that list?
Denny Avdija, Jamal Murray, Pascal Siakam.
Oh my God.
Karl Anthony Towns.
Cat. On the world team?
Yeah. Yeah.
Am I
Did he
confused?
betray us?
Am I confused? Is he not American?
I guess not.
I don't think so. I think he's... Hold on. He is American. He's from New Jersey.
So then why is he on the world team?
Because he's a Dominican American. So he's probably going to go with the world and be on the Dominican team.
The Dominican rap, okay.
Not done. He's going to align himself with his country of origin, probably. Well, not his country of origin. His ancestors' country of origin.
Either that, or he saw that. Either that, or he saw that lineup and he just like jumped ship
He's like, yeah, let me just
as he could, because Jesus Christ.
So we are going to lose, and also let me add some more bad news. 3 teams have currently screwed their team and probably are going to get worse in the next coming years. Let's see.
Oh, that's right. We got
the
some
Wizards
trades.
have traded. The Wizards traded for Anthony Davis, which you're basically going to be trading up. You're basically traded for a person who's going to be at home for 80% of his career.
Who'd they trade for?
Come to an end.
Also, that just further solidifies that Luka Doncic trade.
The Dallas
is one
Mavericks are trading 10-time NBA All-Star Anthony Davis, Jaden Hardy, D'Angelo Russell, and Dante Exum to the Washington Wizards for Chris Middleton, AJ Johnson, Malachi Branham, Marvin Bagley III, and 2 first-round picks and 3 second-rounders.
So originally I was going to berate the Dallas Mavericks for this because, you the very next year trading the guy you traded Luka Doncic for is just further proof that that's one of the worst trades probably in sports history. However, after watching enough of the Dallas Mavericks this year, after watching the growth of Cooper Flagg, I think that they are doing exactly what they should be doing. They are desperately trying to build a team around Cooper, a legitimate team for Cooper. So that's what I think in regards to that. I heard another one last night. I want to get your thoughts on this, Scott.
Mm-hmm.
The Cleveland Cavaliers traded for James Harden. And they gave up Darius Garland and a second-round pick for that. Good trade? Bad trade? What do you think?
That's a terrible trade. The Cavs were one of the top teams every year. And this was a rarity because they never won anything before or after. No, they haven't won anything before LeBron. And they actually looked like they had a chance to win something after LeBron. And now you traded for Harden, a man who's known for not winning anything, who crumbles when the playoffs hits.
On top of that, we also have to point out the fact that you gave up Darius Garland and a second-round pick for that. A lot of people disagree with me on this. They say, well, Darius has been pretty bad the past 2 years. Yeah, he hasn't been performing great. But
is he worse than playoff Harden? Probably not.
I don't think he is, to be honest with you. And plus, giving up a draft pick as well, a second-round pick, sure, but a draft pick. I find that to be baffling. I think that the Clippers made out like a bandit on this one.
Even though it's probably not going to change anything, but they did.
Another one, Vucevic in Chicago. He's going to the Boston Celtics. Thoughts on that?
That I'm not familiar with as much. I'm not familiar with him as much. I'm not that well versed in basketball, but
more or less, he was probably the best player Chicago had.
Who the Celtics trade for?
It's failing my memory who they traded him for, but I think.
I mean, if they didn't trade either Brown or the other dude,
no, not Jalen.
Then I think the Celtics can win another championship. Probably. They have a better chance now that they got their best player, and they still have their 2 other best players.
All right, and then last but certainly not least, this is not an official trade as of yet. This is just potential. Where do you see Giannis going? Because everybody's talking about Giannis. So far, his options right now are the T-Wolves, the Miami Heat, the Golden State Warriors, or the New York Knicks. He could just stay in Milwaukee.
Definitely not the Heat. It's definitely not the Heat or the other team you just mentioned after that.
The Knicks? Are you sure?
No, before that.
The
Heat and the Wizards.
The T-Wolves.
Not the Wizards. The Heat and the Golden State Warriors. Because with the Heat, it's probably gonna be the same situation he had last in his other team. if he goes to Golden State, he's just gonna suffer and not win anything because even though Curry's not at that age anymore, that team's not gonna win a championship anytime as long as Curry's there because he just doesn't have it in him.
So you think
anymore?
No?
I don't think.
You think no in regards to the Warriors?
No, with the Warriors,
So
I don't think you should go there.
So it's a tie between the T-Wolves and the Knicks. I'm biased.
If he goes with the Knicks, the Knicks' top players, I don't know because they're not. I mean,
here's how I see it: they would have to give.
I feel like they would have to get rid of somebody.
Yeah, I think they get rid of Cat. Frankly,
which I don't think the Knicks. I mean, Giannis is better, but I feel like you got to have a good squad there with the team you got, and I think getting rid of him just to put Giannis. I mean, what's that really get? It's just going to keep you in the same spot.
I disagree. I think Cat. I'm gonna be honest. I think as of late he's been underperforming. I think there are times he forgets.
Fellas. I'll be right back. You finish your convo.
Yeah. I think that he forgets that he is. I think he forgets he's 7 feet tall sometimes. The way he plays. I think he, he's definitely been a benefit to the New York Knicks, but as is usual when it comes to professional sports, you have to ask yourself, what have you done for me lately type of deal. And as of late, I just don't think he has, I don't think he has filled the role we needed him to fill.
Yeah. Even though I'm a Spurs fan, which I'm probably the worst New Yorker when it comes to sports because there's only one New York team I like. Personally, I'm going to give you two sides, the respectable two sides of what I think. I want him to go to the Knicks because I just saw Kai wanted LeBron to go to the Knicks. I want him to go to the Knicks. But as a standpoint on what's best for him, I would say the T-Wolves because Giannis and Anthony Edwards, that sounds very interesting. That sounds very interesting.
So then you realize you probably have to contend with that team, that combo. Being the Spurs fan that you are, that means you have to contend with that combo of Giannis.
I'm not thinking as a Spurs fan. I have to keep my biased answer out of there.
All right. So we will see. But once again, really exciting stuff going on in the NBA right now. Guys, I think that I am going to call the show there. There's a million other things that we could
almost
talk about.
went for 2 hours.
Almost. But you know what? A lot of stuff's going on, and there's probably there's a million other stories we could probably talk about.
If we had more time, I would have done a whole thing on the Winter X Games, but that's hard to carry by myself, and I don't know how you guys feel about extreme sports.
Well, I know where you can talk about those things. You could talk about it on our TikTok at The Push Sports, where we are putting out daily videos in regards to all things sports. You can follow us there. You can follow us on our Instagram as well.
I care to say, even though Instagram, I haven't been looking at Instagram. I don't know if Francis has been putting up news, but as for TikTok, that's currently a hiatus right now.
Yeah, I can admit that.
Well,
probably a better. TikTok has a better algorithm.
We will be regardless. We are going to start putting up videos soon.
Once our boy Dom gets better.
We're going to start putting up videos soon. You can definitely follow us on Instagram at The Push Sports as well. You can follow us there for daily sports content. And if you enjoyed this video, why not follow us here on Twitch? And follow our YouTube channel as well, where we will be posting videos, maybe not as regularly as we used to, but definitely during this time of year, there's going to be some videos coming up on the channel. So definitely check us out at The Push Sports on YouTube. And
we stopped. To be honest, we stopped Twitch for a bit, but we'll get back on there every once in a while.
We're never too far away. We're never too far away. So,
We'll try to do this more. If not, we'll see us on TikTok.
let us know what y'all think. Let us know what you think about the new and improved push. And so for all of us here at the push, including Dom, my name is Cap.
Sabash.
Tranquilo!
Somebody ring that bell for... Can I even say that anymore?
If you have the bell thing.
Other sports.
Cap, ring that bell.
Ding 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 ding.
I'm
This is
gonna have
gonna
to come
keep
up
going
with,
until you end the episode. Ding.